to hand over the charge to our president, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. Welcome, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A little history about Toastmasters International. The first club of Toastmasters was started on 22nd of October 1924 at the YMCA in Santa Ana, California. It originated as a set of classes with the aim of improving the communication skills of young men. It was until 1973 when Toastmasters finally allowed females to join the organization. 93 years later, in 2018, the Toastmasters International World Headquarters was moved from Rancho Santa Margarita, California, to Inglewood, Colorado. Toastmasters has more than 280,000 members in 14,700 clubs in 144 countries. There are little over 8,000 clubs outside the United States and about 6,500 clubs within the United States. The ratio of male to female in Toastmasters International is about 56% females and 44% male. Important or interesting fact, in 1973, women were allowed to join Toastmasters International. 10 years later, the membership doubled. Only men, should have realized earlier that what might happen if they let women join the organization. They waited so long. Helen Blankard in 1971 became the first female to join Toastmasters International. At that time, females were not allowed to join. So what she did was on her application, she put the name H. Blankard, just the initial first, so no one knew she was a female. So females know how to work around the system. And then in 1985, Helen became the first female president of Toastmasters International. She passed away in 2013. The second female to become Toastmasters International president was Pauline Shirley, 1994, 1995. And the third one was Gina Bonhill, 2008 and 2009. The mission of Toastmasters Club, including Karachi Toastmasters Club, is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every individual member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. We have with us guests. So this time I'm going to invite our guests to briefly introduce themselves. We'll start off with, we have guest engineer Benaza Memon.
Hello everyone, I'm engineer Benazir Memon from Pakistan. I have recently won Sophie Nationals and soon I'm going to compete for Sophie Internationals. So that is why I was linked with Toastmasters Club in order to enhance my communication and then represent Pakistan internationally and then win the competition. So I'm thankful to the Toastmasters who have always given me opportunity to join still as a guest. I have attended around 12 to 13 meetings of Toastmasters. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome to KTC. I guess we have some guests that they will be speaking, so we will, I guess, the Toastmaster will introduce them at that moment. Mureed Hussain, are you available?
So my name is Mureed Hussain. I have recently joined this Toastmaster section or Toastmasters Club. I have attended two, and this is the third meeting that I am attending. I am currently studying in final year mechanical engineering, Mehran University, Jamshoro. Hope this will bring a good communication skill. I will improve and hope to learn many more from you and this club. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a question. Are you living in a hostel or on campus in Jamshoro?
Yes, I am currently living in a hostel.
Okay. I'll let you know later on why I asked you that question. Okay. We have with us Fazal Rahman Sheikh. He's joined us previously. You're muted, sir. Fazal Rahman, can you unmute yourself?
Do you listen me?
Yes, yes.
Do you listen me now?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you now.
I am a medical doctor, a family physician, remain on different positions in the government health department, technical positions, health education position, and health care manager. Thank you. This is my introduction.
Thank you. Distinguished Toastmaster Rabia, are you available?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. You are not a guest, you are a member of Karachi Toastmasters Club and one of the latest members to become distinguished. But since you are joining us after a long break, I'll let you say a few words.
Okay, thank you, DTM Sarfaraz. My name is Rabia Zishan. I have been a Toastmaster since I don't know when now, and I am really missing KTCs these days. I just reached home, and my son was asking me, "Mama, you have joined a meeting again. You've just come home." So, but I was really missing the energy that KTC has to offer and the learning that KTC has to offer, the experiences that KTC has to offer. It's a vibrant club. I have been to many clubs around the world. I can say that, and attended meetings a lot. But the energy, the enthusiasm, the welcome that you get at a Karachi Toastmasters Club meeting is surpar all. And inshallah, after Ramzan, I'll come regularly, inshallah. Right now, I'm really too busy and too tired to attend meetings.
Please specify
Thank
after
you.
Ramadan or after Asghar Ramzan.
After Ramzan, and Tala, DTM Tala, you'll understand because I've been giving the charge of Safe Dreams. So really busy.
Thank you, DTM Rabia. When someone says, oh, you're joining the meeting again, tell them, hey, Toastmasters pays me so much, I cannot say no. Just simply say every week Toastmasters International sends bucos of money in your bank account.
It offers more than that. It offers more than that.
Thank you. We also have with us Noreen Fatma. She has joined us. She is one of our active Toastmasters in District 122. Would you like to say a few words?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me an opportunity. Today, I'm going to deliver. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. So online.
Thank you. We have with us, who's going to be our guest speaker, Srinivas. Would you like to say a few words?
Hi, I am P. Srinivas. I work for financial institution. So today I want to deliver a speech, and I thought it's a very good platform to give it one. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have with us Area Director, Toastmaster Augustine.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfaraz Aziz. My brief introduction. I'm a professional management person, as well as by profession, I'm a professional manager, and by the passion, I'm a Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you. DTM Talha, do we have guests?
Yes, sir, we do. We do.
I'll ask them to please come forward and say a few words.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Sir. Yeah, one by one, you can come on the stage and introduce yourself.
Can everybody see me and hear?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Shahan Majid. I'm a student of IB Karachi, final semester, and this is my first session in the Toastmasters Club, and like great journey in public speaking. And I want like I want some some experience of it, and so the leadership experiences and the public experiences and the way the Toastmasters build the personality for the career growth. I think that will be very vital for my career ambitions. So I'm hoping to be regular in the Toastmasters. Thank you so much for having us here. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome to KDC.
My name is Sayyida Rubabenji and I'm a final semester student at IB Customer BBA, and my majors are in marketing and data analytics. We just discovered about the Toastmasters Club and it felt amazing, and we wanted to work on our public speaking skills plus connect with some industry professionals to gain some experience and learn from their experiences. The Toastmasters Club excited us a lot, and this is our first session and we are hoping to attend the future sessions.
Thank you and welcome to KDC.
Well, my name is Sana Kaikawasi and I am a final semester student at IB Karachi pursuing BBA, and my majors are marketing, and my friend suggested me about Toastmasters, so I came. It's my first session and I'm really looking forward to have a great experience.
Thank you and welcome.
Yeah, we are done.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, at this time it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our Toastmaster for today's meeting, Toastmaster Abid Ali Habib. Please welcome Toastmaster Abid.
Good evening, everybody. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. As everybody knows that in Toastmasters, we are here for enhancing our public speaking skills and leadership skills. And for the guest especially, I just want to mention that all our meetings are divided into 3 sections. One is the prepared speeches, where the Toastmasters, the member of the Toastmasters, they give their 5-minute, 7-minute, 9-minute, 11-minute speeches according to their manuals requirement. And they just practice here in front of the evaluators, and evaluators just guide them that what they have done the good and what they have done the things which they need to improve. Secondly, we are with the impromptu speeches. In impromptu speeches, you just learn how to speak at your feet. You will assign a topic, a random topic, and you will be given 2.5 minutes maximum and minimum 1 minute, just to give the chance to speak in front of the public. So it will overcome your fear of public speaking. You know, the biggest fear of the life is one of the biggest fear is the public speaking. To speak in front of the huge people. And as you know, that whenever practice makes a man perfect, everybody can speak, but it all demands practice. And when you come regularly in the club, then within you will realize that within 6 months you will change your personality, because these senior people, the senior evaluators, they just give you the guidelines, and when you will work hard on those things, then you will improve your habits. So I'm very happy that we have 3 beautiful guests from IBA, one of the prestigious business school. My daughter has done from LUMS, so she's qualified from LUMS. The other one has done from LSE, London School of Economics. So I'm very happy that you are here. And so like today, the whole meeting decorum is like that. We have the public, we have the prepared speakers, then proper speakers, and then evaluation. So we have divided all in 4 things. The big 4, which is the Toastmaster of the day. Then afterwards we have a evaluation. Afterwards we give the voting, who is the best speaker for today's meeting. So it just gives you the encouragement. Today we are in our today's meeting, there are 4 speakers, I believe. Dr.
Yes.
Toastmaster Talha.
Yes.
These guys.
Yeah,
I'll just take one.
evaluators may change, so I'll alert you if that happens.
Yeah.
But yes, there are 4 speakers.
Yeah. So just give me just a few seconds.
Sure, sure, sure.
So the 4 speakers are, today's speaker number 1 is Toastmaster Asghar. Yeah. The second one is Toastmaster Noreen Fatma. The third one is Toastmaster Siri Navas Pala. And 4th speaker is DTM Sarfraz Nazir.
Yes.
And they will be evaluated by Toastmaster Imran, Toastmaster Ritik Kumar, and Toastmaster Imran Bab.
Myself, the first evaluator will be myself, or I will ask if DTM Rabia is available to evaluate. DTM Rabia, are you available to evaluate Toastmaster Asghar's keynote? Because if we have so many Toastmasters available, it would be good if.
I can do it.
Okay, great, great. So DTM Saad will evaluate. I'm passing you the project details, Saad. All right?
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect. Okay.
So today's other important tasks are today's table topic master is Toastmaster Sarfraz.
Yes.
And so be ready, Toastmaster Sarfraz. I'm just calling you in few minutes.
Okay.
Then today's vote counter is Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid.
Yes.
Toastmaster Talha, would you like to explain your role?
Yeah, actually, I'm also the grammarian, so maybe I can explain that role along with the. Yeah.
And I can do the timing.
Okay, but Toastmaster Iqbal actually took the timing. Acha. Okay, fine. Till that timing. Okay. So everyone, I will be the grammarian for today. The grammarian role is to look out for incorrect usage and suggest corrections. So that is important. In Toastmasters, we always suggest corrections. It's not enough to just point out an error. But more importantly, my role will be to try and notice good usage of language and highlight that. My secondary role is word master, where I assign a word of the day to all the meeting participants, and we ask to use the word of the day whenever you are speaking, in whatever role you're doing, in prepared speech or table topic speech. Word of the day is euphoria, EUPHORIA. Euphoria means, as per the theme of the meeting, happiness, elation, a state of transcendence, a state of intense joy. So that is what euphoria is. And of course, we all believe that we are all euphoric to be part of this meeting, and we'll be further up in the clouds once the meeting ends. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
So the second task is the table topics evaluator, and it will be given to Toastmaster Rafat Mubin.
Yes.
So Toastmaster Rafat Mubin is here.
Yeah, she's here, but that role is usually not explained.
Yeah.
So you can skip that over.
Then Toastmaster. Then the timer is Toastmaster Imran Rana.
Yes, yes.
Toastmaster Imran, if you like to come here and state your. Thank you so much.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as a timer, my role is to note down the time of the speeches and the meeting as well. If there is a speech of 5 to 7 minutes, then I'll show the green light or green bulb at 5 minutes. And at 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow bulb, and at 7 minutes, I'll show the red bulb. When the red bulb is shown, it means that speaker is left with 30 seconds to wrap up his or her speech. After that, she will be disqualified for the voting. For extempore speeches or the table topic speeches, the speaker will be given 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show the green light. At 1.5, I'll show the yellow. And at 2 minutes, I'll show the red. And after red, the speaker has 30 seconds to wrap up his or her speech. After that, the speaker will be disqualified. For speech evaluation, the speech evaluation is from 2 minutes to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, green. At 2.5, yellow. And 3 minutes, red. After red, the speaker should have to complete the speech within 30 seconds. After that, speaker will be disqualified. So the minimum qualification is from green to red. Between that is the minimum qualification, and if before or after will be just the speaker consider himself or herself as disqualified from voting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran. Today's general evaluator is Toastmaster Asghar, and I think he's on the Zoom.
Yeah, he's online. Yeah.
Yeah, Toastmaster Asghar, would you like to explain your role? Toastmaster Asghar, are you listening to us?
Yeah, he is online. Maybe.
Yes, I am a journal evaluator today. That is the final segment of Toastmaster Club, where I invite the evaluators for their evaluation, and also try to submit my observation about the overall conduct of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asghar. Today's any other task left? Or
Yeah, Master.
Yeah, today's counter. Our counter is also left.
Yeah, our counter is not there. Listener, we have Toastmaster Rafat Mubin, so she can. Yeah.
Listener is Toastmaster Rafat Mubin.
Yeah.
So Toastmaster Rafat, would you like to mention anything?
Yeah.
Or
I can take the R counter role.
Okay, Toastmaster Hiba is our counter. Great. Yeah.
Toastmaster
Hiba.
Hiba. Toastmaster Hiba. Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba. So she's now our counter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you are right.
Words and then pick the words, phrases, and at the end of meeting, I say who told it and because listening is very important part of communication, and To enhance the listening, the role of listener is added in Toastmasters. At the end of meeting, by putting questions to the participants that who said it, and after that reply, it shows that it will show that how much we increase our listening ability.
Thank you. You can ask Heba to explain her role.
Toastmaster Hiba, would you like to elaborate your role?
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the counter, I would be making note of all the filler words spoken by the speaker during the prepared speeches and the table topic session. And I would highlight who spoke how many filler words at the end of the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba. So, and today's meeting's theme is the pursuit of happiness. So, if you want to grow in your life, you have to come out of your comfort zone and just, pursue something where you are not comfortable. Then automatically you will grow in that aspect. Like you are visiting Toastmasters meeting. It's very difficult, sometimes initially when somebody invites you to come and speak. So you come out from your comfort zone. And when you do it, and after doing that, you feel comfort, you feel happiness. Your face, shows you that you are happy. So whenever you come out of your comfort zone, you grow your things. So growth is always giving you the peace and happiness. And happiness is in your hands. It all comes from your mindset. How you are thinking, how you're taking the things. And so
you have to invite the joke master.
Then. So now I will invite today's joke master, Toastmaster Sarfraz.
Yep.
Are you ready for the joke?
Yes.
Please.
Hey.
Please, Sarfraz.
Fellow Toastmasters, I heard someone in Karachi say, I never knew the meaning of true happiness until I got married. But then it was too late.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarfraz.
I'm not done.
Yeah. Please continue.
How do we know that football referees are happy? How do we know that football referees are happy?
They whistle?
Yes, that's correct, because they whistle while they work.
Yeah.
And why are frogs so happy?
They're jumping all the time.
No, they eat whatever bugs them.
Oh.
Why was the horse so happy? Because he lived in a stable environment. One morning in the office, my boss told me to have a good day. So I went home. And now finally, raise your hand if you want to hear 2 short jokes and 1 long joke. Okay, here are 2 short jokes. Joke, and now a long joke. Joke! Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So now the main session starts, the prepared speeches. And today's first speaker, if Toastmaster Azhar is ready, he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Imran Rana.
No, actually now DTM Saad.
Okay. Yeah. So Toastmaster Saad will evaluate Toastmaster Azhar, and prepare to. I think he is giving from the manual, speak professionally.
Yeah, actually,
Expose of a public administration.
yeah, actually, it's level 5 project now in the new curriculum. So yeah.
So level 5.
Prepare to speak professionally. Saad will introduce the project.
So I will request Toastmaster Saad to please introduce the speaker.
Yeah. And Toastmaster, can you see the timers window?
Who is the
in orange.
timer? Oh, yes, I can see him.
Yeah.
His hand
All
is
right.
looking for some.
So now your statement is recorded, so you can take the plea later that you didn't see it.
Okay, Toastmasters, honorable guest, it's my pleasure and honor to evaluate the speaker of the wonderful stature as Toastmasters. He will be speaking on the project Prepare to Speak Professionally. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing a longer speech. The speech length is 18 to 22 minutes. So the minimum is 18 minutes, and that can go up to 22 minutes.
And 31 seconds.
And yeah, 31 seconds if you count the added time as well. And the speech title is Expose of a Public Administrator. Expose of a Public Administrator. Toastmaster Asghar, over to you.
Mr. President, dear Toastmasters and guests, teenage years is a euphoric period of life. The only scary thing or scary part is remembering the stupid things you did while you were a teenager. In my case, after every fight with my father, I considered running away from home, but immediately gave it a second thought after asking a series of questions to myself. How would I run? Where could I go? I didn't even know how to go if I had to. Where did I want to end up? More practically, how could I travel? What would I eat? Where would I sleep? These series of nagging questions always forced me to abort or abandon my revolutionary plans. Resultantly, I always ended up in abject surrender to my mighty tormentor and took solace in the wisdom of Roman orator Cicero that where there is a life, there is a hope. Now, fast forward from my childhood to 2006. I was working with civil administration in a rural district of Balochistan as young, excited officers after clearing my provincial service commission exam. A mother approached me with a complaint that a nasty woman had smuggled her daughter and she had demanded a return so that she could be reunited with her legal parents. The demand was justified. The accused woman confessed as crime and said that she would hand over the girl to her mother. But by that time, the girl had disappeared and had never been discovered. Out of curiosity, I asked some pictures of disappeared girl from her mother to fulfill some petty government procedural requirements. Now, this apparently was not too much to ask for. But the mother told me that all the early pictures of her family had been burnt. An idiot, only an idiot would have believed it. So I did. I'm not proud. how I behaved that day. Looking back, I now realized how dumb I was. Because the contradiction was as plain as the nose on her face. But I couldn't see that at the time. Later on, it was revealed that the daughter was a 22 years old adult, ran away with the son of the accused woman and married with him. Now, law says she is independent to take her life decision, including running away from her home. The mother knew that if she fought back, things would be worse for her. So there was no question for us to intervene into the situation. Now, fast forward from 2006 to 2013. A 42 years old woman, a master's degree holder and a confident college lecturer, lodged a formal complaint that our family had not been allowing her to marry. No, she didn't beat the bushes. She said that she was looking forward to being married. In fact, she could talk of nothing else. What sort of husbands were being waited out for her, what kind she would prefer, and above all, how she could hardly wait. She was very much calculated and had been mapped her intention with precise details. She, for example, wanted a widower about around 50 who hadn't loved his mother-in-law or her wife or want a second wife. Had that incident happened today, had she known about Toastmasters and our colleagues, she would have added a chartered accountant with 4-time DTM or a DTM with industrial engineering degree. Because she even offered me to marry in front of my colleagues. I said I would think about it. And then the next morning, everyone in my office thought that I had said yes. In short, this self-assured, confident, and poised lady was giggly, excited, and confused all at once. Interestingly, she did not want some young jerk who had never been in a relationship because that would be unmatchable to her due to the reasons best known to her. Now, on serious note, she had someone who agreed to marry her. In all honesty, we, the administration, wanted to support her. So the administration supervised our nikah under its watch with our chosen prince, so to speak. Because again, she was a legal adult and was free to choose where and with whom to live. Dear Toastmasters, the success story in both cases, however, can be described as a flash in the pan. As we speak, police record registered the murder of both women by their male members, who were subsequently forgiven by their legal heir, their mothers to be exact. They have done so mercilessly, and they have done so remorselessly. Not a speck of compunction has ever been visible in anyone's face. I'm sorry for demolishing the fairy tale version of my own story, but it is what it is. These two incidents, while deeply unsettling, act as lenses, exposing the systematic ill of entrenched patriarchy to our societal structure across all social economic classes. During my service, I came across a harrowing collection of stories grippingly told us by the victims who had survived. In fact, the most complicated issue I faced during my service in civil administration is this runaway issue. These cases frightened the life out of me because they put their lives in our hand. Yes, these runaway cases were very few as compared to our all petty daily issues, but they outweighed all the other issues in terms of mental agony they inflicted on us. Now, the euphoria of civil service turned into sulking gloominess because of these issues. Almost every week, parents rattled their saber and demanded us to hand over their family members. We received death threats from them as often as you get junk mails. Dear Toastmasters, but the actual question is looming the largest. Why people, especially women, run away from their homes? They, like 8 years old teenage Asghar, must ask question to themselves. But unlike me, their concerns override their fear of running away or where they want to go. How will they run? Where can they go? More practically, how will they travel? And where will they eat? In all probabilities, when push comes to shove and there are no good options, they, unlike me, muster the courage to ignore all questions. The two above cases are not isolated ones. They are playing out in a fashion all too familiar to those who read, watch, and observe regularly these cases in the social media. Now, according to Human Rights Commission of Pakistan, 16,000 people ran away from their homes and 171 couple were killed in honor killing only in last year, 2023. Now, this is merely a registered and official figure. In other words, it is the tip of the iceberg, but enough to prove that we, the parents, are all just mentally ill junkies. In a society where marriage is seen as the ultimate gate pass for a better life, some women, either for love or simply for better circumstances, run away from their home to find serenity somewhere else. Others accept their arranged marriages, which turn out to be toxic, and they suffer in their individual life and decided to run away one fine morning. Still others found themselves in the arranged relationship to be got rid by their traditional or poor families, and escapes become the only route to be in good hand. Now, the consequences of playing with fire are always awful. At best, they get away with it by being disowned, and at worst, get killed in the name of honor. Now, there is a dilemma for the administration. The law is there with specific provision, but is not consistent with the suicidal attitude. This creates conflict. While in many cases, they have valid reason to disappear or run away from home or get married with solid legal backing. The overwhelming suicidal attitude forces us, the administration, to look other way by dragging them and handing over them to their parents. which we did most of the cases after taking the necessary guarantee from them, except the two above cases. Now, as we speak, the situation is slightly better than it was when I joined my service in 2005-2006. Although incident of honor killing still prevail due to openness and suicidal and new trends in the society, attitudes are gradually changing everywhere about everything, including how to choose your life partner. Now, fast forward from 2013 to as early as last week. One of my colleagues took me to an emergency visit to the only orphan center or Baitul or orphan center in the suburb of Quetta, where we had been directed to inquire about a curious case of a runaway couple and would submit the report in the same day to the highest authority. Now, to meet the urgency of the situation, we immediately proceeded. We didn't have the foggiest idea of what would follow and cast a shadow to our otherwise wonderful evening. The couple are two underage teenagers and claimed of being married, that too on Facebook. Dear Toastmasters, history may not repeat itself in every particular, but it seems that our administration is treading the ways it has already traveled before. Wish me good luck. Toastmaster of the Day.
Master Asghar, for giving wonderful from your leadership development level 5 manual. And now, the second speaker, who is giving her icebreaker, which is the duration is 4 to 6 minutes, and she Toastmaster Noreen Fatma.
Yeah, but actually I can't reach her evaluator. So if anybody would like to volunteer,
I can.
Okay, you can evaluate.
So I will
Yeah.
evaluate Toastmaster Noreen.
Okay, that's great.
So Toastmaster Noreen is here at the Zoom.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So Toastmaster Noreen, please, I will. You are giving your icebreaker. Okay?
Yes.
And time is 4 to 6.
Yeah.
So just start your.
Yes.
The speech title is Lessons Learned the Hard Way.
Lessons learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Mr. Toastmaster of the evening, I just want to check the timer is working or not, because I couldn't see any color during during Toastmaster speech. So I am a bit afraid whether the timer is working or not.
Stop speaking before that. That's fine. But don't worry, Toastmaster Imran is alive and well.
So Toastmaster Noreen,
especially after his visit to Islamabad.
So I will request Toastmaster Noreen to please give your speech. Okay, ready?
Yes. My fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum. A very good evening.
Sorry, Toastmaster. Sorry. Since this is not a contest, taking advantage, if you can remove the blur from your, because that's blurring you.
I'm trying to do it, but I'm actually joining from the phone. So I'm not option to remove this blur option.
Okay, then try to just stay close to the camera then. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And apologies, you can start again.
Okay.
The point of saying God.
Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening. I know you all are excited and want to see that how I'll break my ice today. But to your surprise, let me share with you all that I have already broken my ice 6 years ago when I delivered my first icebreaker speech on May 6, 2018. And today I'm going to deliver my third icebreaker speech today. And fellow Toastmasters, today's speech is a bit different from my previous ones. As you already know that I am joining from Islamabad, belong from a loud Punjabi family, eldest sibling of 2 younger sisters and 1 youngest brother with huge responsibilities and a passionate environmentalist who wants to save this planet Earth not only for us, but also for our future generations. So now I'm going to share 3 important lessons that I learned the hard way and made my life more easier for me. So moving forward, my fellow Toastmasters, during my childhood, I used to feel peer pressure, and when I wanted to be everywhere, I wanted to be in loop, and I never wanted to miss any opportunity, any event. Back in my mind was the idea that I wanted to be there in every situation. I wanted to equip myself with every skill, every art, so that it can shape up my future. But I was wrong. While in a rat race of learning everything and trying to be there everywhere in every situation, I was not getting the desired outcome for doing all this practice. I was not even enjoying that very activity or any project or any skill that I was learning, because I was multitasking. I was unable to focus and enjoying that very activity. So here comes lesson number 1 that was shared by my very favorite mentor. He said once, Noreen, learn to live in the present, because only your present can determine your future. My fellow Toastmasters, like we all are here, we are here with one objective of learning and becoming an efficient communicator. If we all are turning on our mobile during our Toastmasters meeting, so we are unable to enjoy every essence of it. How can we learn from different speeches and role players? So learn to live in the very moment and try to focus on your present. Moving forward, like other people, I was used to be very perfectionist, and being Aquarian, I used to be called Miss Perfectionist in my friend circle. I always wanted to have a perfect recipe, perfect idea, perfect gift for someone, perfect plan for execution of any project. But with this mindset, I missed many opportunities because I always waited for the right moment, for the right time, and missed many opportunities. But luckily, during my early career, one of my favorite employee who shared lesson number 2 with me, he said, once I delivered my presentation and I was feeling very sad and gloomy that I couldn't perform better, it was not a perfect presentation. He simply said, Noreen, listen, there is no perfection entity that exists. Only our creator is the perfect who has created this beautiful universe with us. So try to take action and stop rushing towards perfection. Only then you can start your life and start taking action, can enjoy the life. Moving towards the last lesson that is really important, my fellow Toastmasters. During my early teens, like other people, I used to blame my surroundings for my every failure, every issue that might came in life, including my parents, my siblings, my teachers. And because of that mindset, I couldn't resolve them. I couldn't move forward and remain anxious and felt I was not happy and was unable to move forward. So luckily, one of my favorite friend, Rabia, recently shared third lesson with me. She simply said, start taking ownership of your situation, whether it's good or or bad. Only then you will be able to move forward. Only then you can get out of that very situation. So fellow Toastmasters, start taking ownership of your every situation, because once we stop blaming others and start taking ownership of us, only then we can improve, we can work on ourselves, and we can get out of that very situation. So here are three important lessons that I've learned the hard way and have made my life easier. Number one, start to live in the very moment present. Number two, stop rushing towards perfection. Number three, start taking ownership of every situation, whether it's good or bad. And I hope these three lessons will help anyone from the audience and can change their life easier. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening.
Great.
Thank you, Toastmaster Noreen, for your icebreaker. It was a wonderful speech. And I'm very happy that you are giving your first speech with full confidence. So then afterwards, in the evaluation, we will discuss about your speech. My third speaker of today's meeting is Toastmaster Srinivas Pala.
Is that the right pronunciation, Toastmaster Srinivas? Please correct us. Feel free.
It is Pala Srinivas. Pala
Sorry?
Srinivas.
Pala Srinivas. All right.
Pala Srinivas.
All right.
First is Pala and then Srinivas.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So thank you, Toastmaster Pala Srinivas. And I will request Toastmaster Imran Rana. You are giving your speech of 5 to 7 minutes. And Toastmaster Imran Rana is evaluating yourself. And your speech is flying kites at night.
Yeah.
So I request Toastmaster Imran Rana to please come here and give the outline of the speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Our guest from India, Toastmaster Pala Srinivas. Srinivas.
Yeah.
Or Toastmaster Pala is perfectly right.
Yeah.
So he'll be delivering speech from his manual presentation mastery, level 2, project 1, understanding your communication style. The speech title is Flying Kites at Night. So he must have given what do we call a questionnaire, and he found out about his communication style. So let us find out how he will deliver a speech on that. So with that, Toastmaster Pala, the stage is yours.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Toastmaster Pala, can you see the timing window? Is that the TBH window? Yeah.
TBH window. No,
Yeah.
I can't see that window.
All right, great. Yeah, I'm raising my virtual hand as well. So just a second. And there you go. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmasters Ali, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Have you ever experienced the joy of flying kites at night? I am going to discuss about my experience of flying kites at night. First, I will begin by telling you my struggles for purchasing the kites. Then I will move on to share my experience of flying kites at night. Last Sunday, I went to the kite shop and asked the kite seller, "Can you give me one paneer dal kite?" He looked at me and said, "You are in the wrong place. Go to that opposite building. In second floor, we have Palace restaurant. You will get paneer dal there." I said, "No, I need a kite. It is right behind you." He turned towards my pointer and said, "Oh God, this is not paneer dal kite. This is pattidar kite." I said, "Yes, that's the one." Then he asked me, then I told him, please give me one zebra kite. He said, this is not zoo. You will not find animals here. I said, no, it is the one on which you are sitting. He said, oh, this is not a zebra kite. This is zebra kite. Okay, what else? I said, give me one-eye kite, Canada kite. Then he said, we don't sell kites of any other country except India. I said, I can see that kite. Oh, he said, oh my God, this is not the Canada kite. This is Kanda kite. I was it was an embarrassing situation for me. That moment, I realized the importance of correct pronunciation. If we pronounce any word incorrectly, then there is 100% chance of misunderstanding that word with another similar word. I collected those kites, went home, kept those kites on table and switched off my mobile. Getting to know that my mobile is switched off, my friend came to my house and he very well knew that this fellow switches off his mobile when there is some problem. He asked me, what is the problem? I told him the entire story. Then he taught me the correct pronunciation. And on the next day, I went to the same shop, looked into the eyes of the kite seller, and told him, please give me one Zebia, Kannada, Chantara, and Dakon kite. While turning back, I heard him say, how can he pronounce the names of the kites correctly? I said, yes. My confidence was 100% higher than normal. I went back home, thanked my friend for teaching me the right pronunciation. Then the moment I was waiting for flying kites at night. You might be having a question as to how they can fly the kites at night. For that, we have a special arrangements like focus lamps facing towards sky, DJ setup, and a red carpet where my friends sit, enjoy alcohol and hookah. And it gives the feeling of extreme happiness and joy. And we all feel like we are in the heaven. In the contrary, you can experience the cold weather and you need jackets to cover your body. It reminds me of one incident. When the first time I joined the Toastmaster, I was asked to give a speech. When I was about to deliver a speech, my body was speaking more than me. I was literally shivering. So you will experience the same when you fly kites at the night. And you need, it is like you are punishing yourself. And that reminds me of another incident of my life. I was not good at studies. Always wanted to escape from studies, never completed my homework. So do you guys guess what punishment I used to get for not completing the homework? My teacher used to ask me to take off the shirt and stand on the bench. So these went on for a few days. Then I thought of solution. Let me myself take off the shirt and stand on the bench before she enters the classroom. She entered the classroom and she was surprised to see me standing like that without a shirt. She shouted at me, you are a rascal, you are enjoying the punishment. Let me take you to the principal. She took me to the principal called Aya, please bring his parents. So we both started going towards my house. Then I thought, if my father comes to know about this incident, then I am gone. So then I thought of another solution. I pointed out towards one house and said, this is my house. Aya knocked the door. One lady came out of the house. I asked, are you the mother of Srinivas? She said, no, I don't have any children. Then she realized this is the plan of this boy. She shouted at me, why did you show me the wrong house? I said, I forgot my house. so, yeah, so you need, so that was my experience. And you will also hear a lot of critics from neighbors. They will say, these guys won't sleep and they won't let us sleep. So critically, my wife is the best critic for me. So recently we both went to the cosmetic shop. I wanted to buy a good face wash and I was not able to choose the correct one because there were many. So I asked my wife, can you please help me with choosing the right one because I am facing problem to choose the correct one. She looked at me and said, you cannot have a problem when the problem is your face. Therefore, I sincerely tell you to ignore the critics. Okay, so despite all these, we all enjoy the moment to the fullest. And do you also, so this was my experience of flying kites at nights. So do you also want to experience the same? So please join me in the Kite Festival next year on Jan 14th. And don't forget the importance of correct pronunciation in English. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Ali. Oh, I can't hear your voice.
Yeah. So now my next speaker is Toastmaster DTM Sarfraz Nazir.
Yeah.
And he will be evaluated by.
Yeah, no, he will be actually. I missed it out, so I will evaluate him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Toastmaster Talha will evaluate it, Toastmaster Sarfraz. So I will request Toastmaster Talha to please come here and give the outline of the speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. So, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz will be attending a project called Manage Online Meetings, and he'll be attempting the less commonly used variant of this, which is not an online meeting as such, but leading a webinar. During the completion of this project, the members spent a great deal of time organizing and preparing to facilitate an online meeting or webinar. In order to complete this evaluation, you must attend the webinar or online meeting, and the member will deliver a well-organized meeting or webinar. Depending on the type, the member may facilitate a discussion between others or disseminate information to attendees at the session. So it might be, again, it depends upon the speaker themselves. They might choose to disseminate information to the attendees, so essentially something akin to a keynote, but with the express purpose of delivering useful information, or it can be an online meeting, or it can have audience interaction. So everyone, and of course, the topic today is something that will pique all of our interest, and that is something that DTM Sarfraz already shines at, and that is virtual presentations. So everyone, please put your hands together. The duration is 20 to 25 minutes. Put your hands together for DTM Sarfraz. Conquer the screen. Conquer the screen, DTM Sarfraz.
Toastmaster Imran Rana.
Yes.
Before I start, I'm going to answer a question, I think that was posed by DTM Irfan Faruqi about the word of the day. The word of the day is euphoria. Euphoria, a feeling or state of intense excitement and happiness. An example, the euphoria of success will fuel your desire to continue training. I'm now ready to speak.
Sure.
Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me?
Yes.
And how do I look?
Lovely as always.
And you're standing.
That is correct. I'm standing. Now, I ask these questions to let you know how far I have come. 3 years ago, spring of 2021, I attended a Zoom meeting for the first time, a Zoom webinar. The person who was conducting the webinar, during the webinar, said, I'm going to randomly send attendees to different breakout rooms for you to discuss, and she gave us a couple of questions to discuss. I ended up in a breakout room that had just 3 of us. two other females and myself. One of the females never turned her audio or video on. The second person, she turned her audio and video, but she was nervous. So while she was sitting in her chair, she kept on rocking back and forth, which was distracting and annoying. What did I do? I turned my audio so she could hear me, but I left my video off. Why? Because I was not comfortable having my video on. And then, not too long ago, I was asked to judge a technical presentation of the Institute of Mechanical Engineers, the regional competition that includes engineers for Pakistan, Middle East, and Africa. One of the judges sent me a text message asking, "What equipment are you using?" And he asked that question because he said, "Your picture is very clear." It has taken me trial and error method to come from having my video off because I was not comfortable how I looked, how I appeared, to where I am now talking about how to present in a Zoom meeting. Let me ask you, what's the most important item when it comes to delivering a good presentation in front of a camera? Any guesses?
The audio.
Okay, audio. What else? What else is important?
Pose.
Okay. Anything else?
Your contact with the lens, your eye contact with the lens.
Okay. Just a second. Change the view. I'm going to talk about three things. The first is internet connection, and that's the most important. I can have the best camera, thousands of dollars on a Sony or Canon camera, lots of lights, a studio-like microphone, but if I don't have a good internet connection, people won't be able to hear me or see me. I remember giving a speech in June of 2021. It was my first Toastmasters speech given virtually. During my presentation, I was not aware of that, but for 30 seconds, people heard me, but they did not see me. For some reason, the system had turned my video off, which Zoom does something. There's not enough bandwidth.
Yeah.
So you must have a good connection. If you have a wired connection, that's the best. But if you have Wi-Fi connection, you want to be as close as to where the modem is. The further you get away, the weaker your signal is. And when you are using Wi-Fi at your house, make sure that other equipment that uses Wi-Fi is off. If several pieces of equipment are using the Wi-Fi connection, you will have a weak Wi-Fi connection. Now, if you're using Wi-Fi and you're away from your modem, one item is this extender, Wi-Fi extender. Looks like an ET. What this does is it extends the Wi-Fi signal coming from the modem. The issue with this is it works like a rubber band. It's taking the signal and then extending it further. The longer distance between the modem and the extender, it's like a rubber band. It's going to stretch and eventually it'll give out. It'll still be a weak signal. So instead of using the extender, I switched from Wi-Fi extender to what's called Eero. Amazon now owns it. And the difference between an Eero and a Wi-Fi extender is Eero is a network So you have the Eero router hooked up to your modem, and then the others are placed within your house, and they communicate among themselves so that there's no weak spot within your home network. That allows you to have a good internet connection while you're presenting. Before you present, you can do a test. You Google internet test, speed test, and you'll get several options, including Ookla or OKLA. And I'm going to share the screen and run an Ookla test. You should bring up your website and say test, and it'll tell you your download speed and your upload speed. Download speed is how long it takes for something to come from the internet to your computer, and upload speed is how long it takes for data to go from your computer to the internet. So let me share my screen. Can you see?
Yes.
That's okay. So it's going to give me the download speed in megabits per second, which is like 1 million bits of data per second. Upload speed, and also ping is the time it takes for the signal to travel from my computer to the server and back. And you want that number to be as low as possible, below 10. So in this case, it says ping is 6 milliseconds. And the download speed is 589 megabits per second, and the upload speed is 626. Zoom recommends you have maybe 5 megabits per second. But some people suggest that it's better to have 10 to 20. The higher the number, the better connection you will have without being afraid that people may not be able to see you, or your internet connection will make you freeze, which I've seen in contests in District 122. So I'm going to stop sharing. So you do a test so you have some idea. If your signal is weak, try to get closer to the modem, ask other people to turn off, if they're using tablets, for example, Wi-Fi system. I'm going to talk the equipment other than your internet connection. Laptop is fine. Laptop has a built-in microphone. It also has a built-in camera. It is recommended that you use an external camera because the built-in cameras are not that great when it comes to a picture. Personally, I use Logitech. During the past 3 years or so, the prices of the webcams have come down. You can use a camera, put it on a stand, or you can use a webcam. So in my case, I'm going to switch my camera. So I'm going to show you what cameras I'm using. So I have one Logitech camera. That is for my standing. You have the option of using one camera that you put it on stand and you can lower it or raise it. And that's how I used to use. But now I have separate. I have one that's set for standing position only. And that makes my friend Toastmaster Imran Rana smile. And then when I'm sitting, I change to the one It's also Logitech, but it's set for a sitting position. So when I'm opening the meeting, for example, I'll choose the sitting position. Then I move the chair out of the way and switch to my standing position. And I'm using this third one to demonstrate the different cameras. And you can go to Zoom and start a meeting, self-meeting, and then check out your equipment to see how you're appearing. I'll talk about the appearance later on. So these are the external cameras I'm using. What about the microphone? You can use the microphone that's built in, but it's better to have an external. In my case, I use Blue Yeti microphone that has a pop filter, and I've added a screen. The advantage of using screen is the sound coming from outside, noise coming, it rejects that sound, and the voice that's inside gives you a studio-like voice so that you do not lose voice going outside. This kingdom, or my Zoom kingdom, I call it, was not built in one day. During the past 3 years, I've been slowly experimenting with different items. So it's better to have an external camera. It's also an external mic. Now, switch the back. And Imran Khan is looking, hey man, he's going to spend most of the time just switching his cameras. Now, what about the headsets? Some people use headsets fine. Instead of you can use a headset over, but my problem was when I started attending Karachi Toastmasters meetings last 3 hours. And when you don't have a nice cushion on your head, then it starts hurting yourself when you're like this for 3 hours. So I stopped using this. Then I've used earbuds, and they work very fine. So there's no wire hanging. The problem is when I'm talking, and I stop talking, it does not let me listen to someone else talking. I have to, switch from speaking mode to listening mode. And sometimes if I don't do it right away, I miss what someone else said. That's another. Then I've noticed for like iPhones, people use AirPods, which is fine. But I've noticed many persons in Toastmasters, when they're using these, they do it like this. They hold the microphone in one hand. The problem is if you're presenting and you're doing this thing, your one hand is disabled.
Yeah.
Now you just have one hand to use. So what can you do? One is it'll pick up. It doesn't have to be right next to your mouth. If you try it and your sound doesn't come out like you want to, in that case, then what you do is you take a safety pin and pin it close to your mouth. It's a small safety pin. People won't be able to see it. Even if they see it, doesn't matter. That way you don't have to hold it. So you have two free hands in that case. Now the lighting. The light should not face you directly because it will wash out your face. Some people use called the light ring. I tried it where you mount it in front of you on a stand. But the problem is if you have glasses, you see two circles in your eyeglasses. And I've noticed that on cable news, when sometimes they're interviewing someone who's at their home through a Zoom or WebEx meeting, when they're using a Zoom, there'll be two little white circles on the glasses. If you have one light, you can place a light, say, where it's not directly something, but in my case, I used 3 lights. I'm going to explain to you what those 3 lights are. One is the key light. It's in front to the side at 45-degree angle. That's the main light coming on the subject, person speaking. The second light is the fill light. So when that key light hits the person or speaker, it creates a little bit shadow on the other side. So the second light is the fill light that fills up the shadow. And then sometimes it looks like that the person is right next to the background. In that case, I use the third light, which is the backlight. And that's to provides, which is behind the speaker, provides the distance between the background and the speaker. So I talked about the camera, the microphone, and the lighting. Now, what about the appearance? Background, if you have a professional looking, nice looking background, you want to use your natural background. You want to make sure, there's not clutter or bed behind you that's not been made. And for that reason, we have the option of using virtual backgrounds. The purpose of the virtual background is it hides whatever is behind you, and you can pick pictures. So sometimes people use beach. Now, if I use a background that shows some ocean or island, and I'm giving a serious speech, you're not going to take me serious.
Yeah.
So if you use a virtual background, you got to use something that coincides or supplements or complements your presentation. The problem with the virtual background also is when you move a little bit, it puts a little black shadow around you. And as we noticed earlier, if you blur your image, it blurs everything around you, so you can't see what's there. But then if you move away from the camera, it blurs the speaker also. So it's a good idea not to blur. I've used a green screen, blue screen, and last few months I've been using just white screen. If I use white screen, I cannot put on the old Pakistani cricket uniform white shirt because the white background and the white uniform will not complement each other. If my background is dark, I cannot put on dark clothes. You won't be able to see the person. So if you have light background, you wear dark clothes. Dark background, light clothes. And you must not use anything that distracts. Too much jewelry, for example, or anything that will shine. For example, I have a DTM badge from Toastmasters International. It's gold badge. If I put it on, it shines, and that's the distraction. So when you're doing a self-meeting, you can check and see how you're appearing. Are you projecting your image effectively and properly or not? So this covers how to dress. Now, how you dress doesn't matter. Some people wear t-shirts, some people wear polo shirts, some wear shirts, some have blazers, some have suits. My personal opinion is, if you are a speaker, if I'm just attending a meeting and you ask me a tabletop question, or if I'm not on the agenda, then it doesn't matter what I wear. But that does not mean that I appear as if I've just rolled out of my bed. And I've seen that in some of the Toastmasters meetings. I am a member of an advanced club. 20 years ago, when I joined that club, the speakers and the big three, Toastmaster of the day, General Evaluator, and Table Toastmaster, they were expected to have a blazer. Men were supposed to have a blazer and a tie, and women were supposed to dress professionally. And now the same club has been meets online only, and slowly people started showing up in T-shirts. A good polo shirt is fine if it's ironed. Some of them you can see they were just probably sleeping in the same shirt that they're now wearing on a Zoom meeting. So personally, I think if you are a speaker, you should dress up properly. And it is not to make yourself look good. When you dress up in front of the camera for your audience, it's the respect you're showing. You're saying that you're important, that I took the time to dress up for you, because you're not dressing up for yourself. So proper attire is important. And then movement. If you are in person on stage, you can move left and right. In front of the camera, you mark how far you can go. So you do not go outside that limit. Now, there's a long age-old debate, which came first, the egg or the chicken? Just like that, now there's a debate, especially in Toastmasters. Should you stand up and speak, or should you sit down and speak? It doesn't matter. In the United States, there are professional development gurus or experts. They are making millions. They have houses on the beach, houses in different states, and they sit. Many times they're sitting on a sofa in front of a glass door, looking outside towards the beach to show how successful they are, so that when you listen to them preach during their free webinar, and they ask then towards the end, hey, now I would like for you to sign up for my seminar for $2,000 or $10,000 for a few hours of training. People say, oh yeah, look how successful he was looking. So it does not matter. So it depends on the purpose. If I'm a training, for example, if I'm conducting a club president training during the club offset training session, I may sit. But if I'm presenting where I want to show some movement, it's better to stand if you can, because you get a little bit more energy when you're presenting and your movement. So making sure how you move forward. Now, I've seen people when they stand away from the camera and they want to make a point, they walk all the way to the camera. So you don't have to walk back and forth. You can stand in one place, and when you want to make a point, you simply lean forward towards the camera and then lean back. And when you're offering or presenting a dialogue within your presentation, I've seen some people will say, oh, my father told me this thing. Then they walk a few steps and turn around. And I said, and my father then said. So when you're doing that, I'm not paying attention to dialogue. All I'm saying is you're walking back and forth. So you can stand in one spot, use your feet, not your full body, just the feet, to pivot left and right to show that the two people are in a dialogue. So these are just simple steps that you can follow to make yourself look in front of a camera. And then going back to the equipment, if you're wondering, hey, I'm not going to spend that much money, you don't buy all that equipment at one time. You slowly improve. Someone earlier had mentioned eye contact. So you want to look at the camera. So your camera should not be below, because then you're looking down. If your camera is above, then you're looking up. Camera has to be at eye level. And you can put it on a stand, set the monitor. Sometimes people use books or stands, whatever you use. Make sure you're looking straight at the camera and not at the people. In my case, I put the gallery right below the camera so that I don't have to look right away. These are just simple steps for you to follow so you can present effectively at your next meeting. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Please answer this question which I posted.
No. So this was the fourth speaker of today's meeting. And I think this is the end of the prepared speeches. Thank you, Toastmaster Tala. So now
call for voting. So
Yes, I will request for the voting. It is online also available, and you can also give this check that who's the best
Yeah,
speaker.
what's the
out of
timing?
four.
Okay, so Toastmaster
Up to-
Asghar's timing was 15 minutes and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Noreen qualified. Then Toastmaster.
Srinivas. Pala Srinivas.
Yes, Pala is qualified. Then DTM Safral is also qualified.
So, Mr. President, what about Toastmaster Asghar? He's 15 minutes, 30 seconds against 18 minutes.
Okay.
What was his time?
15 minutes, 30 seconds.
Oh, it was 15 minutes over?
The time duration was 18 to 22 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. 18 to 22.
Yeah.
And he finished the speech at 15 minutes and 30 seconds. He should be disqualified. 60, 30.
Okay, go ahead.
Disqualified.
Just don't put, don't disqualify, just don't put his name in the voting ballot.
Okay, that's a nice thing. And thank God I'm not the one making this decision. Thank you, Mr. President.
So everybody's qualified now?
No.
Yeah, we are floating the poll.
No.
Yeah.
Except Asghar.
So we are floating the poll on what?
Abed just was forcing you to say again that Asghar is disqualified.
Right. He's not disqualified. We're just not including him in the vote.
Yeah.
In other words, he is disqualified.
What is the difference between disqualified and not the vote?
Yeah,
and disqualified?
it's happening all over the USA these days. In some states, Trump is off the ballot, but he's not disqualified. In some, Biden is off the ballot. DTM Sarfraz would know. So yeah, it can happen.
So it means that his speech is qualified, and now he can move forward from the manual.
Yes.
Manual.
Yeah.
And in the competition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good one.
Okay, then three speakers are in
Yes.
the competition. One is Toastmaster Nori, one is Toastmaster Sarfraz, and one is Toastmaster Pala Srinivas.
Yeah.
So out of three speakers, wherever you find the best speaker out of three, please vote for that. So we can come to the conclusion and give the vote and the voucher. Get voucher.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
So now the second part of the today's speech are impromptu speeches.
Yeah.
And that will be given today's table topic Master Toastmaster Sarfraz.
Yes.
A lot of assignment for the Toastmaster Sarfraz.
Yes.
So in impromptu speeches, those who have not spoken yet, they will get the chance, excluding the repeat speaker, to speak for 2.5 minutes maximum, minimum 1 minute. And the Toastmaster Sarfraz will give you the any topic and you have to speak it. So you have to think on your feet and just speak out. So I will request Toastmaster Sarfraz to please, now you are in charge of today's meeting. Toastmaster Sarfraz.
Thank you, T-Mod.
DTM Sarfraz. Sir, can I request something?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Assistant Professor of NAD University, Asad Anish is here. I'll request you if he's willing, please take him for the table topics. If it is possible for you.
Okay.
Let's
see. Is he at the in person?
No, he's online.
Online. Okay, I saw him. I think I don't see
I think
him
he
anymore.
just logged
Okay.
off.
So
Maybe he'll come back.
when he rejoins, we'll include him.
I think Toastmaster, please give first those who are available physically.
Yeah, or we'll mix and match.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. It's up to you.
Next few words that I would like to say have nothing to do with table topics, because Timor, you said that I have a lot of roles. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know the reason for that? Because 9 hours before the meeting, our Vice President of Education, Dr. Srinivas, told me we won't mention his name, he was begging members to please take up roles. Of the big four roles, only one role, T mod, was taken. The other three were vacant. And all the facilitator roles, no one had come forward. So taking mercy on our VP education, knowing what it takes to be a VP education, I put my name a few places. And I think I got carried away when I typed my name once and then I copied and I kept on pasting it. A few times I may have done that by mistake. So I apologize, VP Education, if I put my name too many places. But we now come to the second segment of our Toastmasters meeting. The first one is prepared speeches. The second is table topics, and the third one will be the evaluation portion. During table topics segment or session, we get to practice speaking in an impromptu situation or thinking on our feet. The time for the table topics is 1 to 2 minutes. Minimum time is 1, which means you must wait for the green light to appear at 1 minute before finishing your speech. Just stretch it, say a few words, or just sing a song or something. Say anything until Toastmaster Imran Rana is showing you the green bulb or green background. The yellow light will come on at 1.5 minutes, and then the red at 2. The maximum time is 2 minutes 30 seconds. You will be disqualified at 2 minutes 31 seconds. You are also encouraged to use the word of the day, euphoria, state of excitement. And seeing so many people attend our meeting today, some in person and many of you online, I am in a state of euphoria. So when you're asked a table topics question, listen, take a deep breath, look at the camera if you're online, or if you're in person, slowly walk, not too slow and not too fast. Walk towards the front of the room, and while you're walking, think how you're going to open, what you're going to say. You can start, agree or disagree with the topic, and then just tell the audience why. If it's a problem, state what the problem is, and then what are some of the solutions, and what solution do you recommend. There are different ways of answering the questions. And typically in many Toastmaster meetings, the topic is given first so that everyone thinks that they might be chosen to respond to it. And then the person is selected to respond. In KTC, I think we do it the other way. We ask a person and then we say, hey, okay, here's your question. It works both ways just fine. So I'm going to, Augustine, would you like to participate? Toastmaster Augustine?
DTM Sarfaraz, I would like to pass on.
Oh, you like to pass? Okay. Now we have our guests. So the guests who are willing to participate, I'll be asking them. So guest Benazir, Mehman, would you like to participate? So I'm not going to ask you to be the first speaker. I'll wait. I'm going to use the experienced Toastmasters first, and then I'll be asking you. But raise your hand if you would like to participate. Okay. I see you nodding. I'll take that as a yes. And we also have with us DTM Irfan Farooqi. Are you available to participate, DTM Irfan?
Unfortunately, where I'm sitting, I can't participate right now. Sorry from my side.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. DTM Talha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was thinking of not using you as an example, but since some of people are not available, I'm going to use you as an example of how to respond to a tabletop question.
You're right. That's a nice way to put it.
Okay. So I'll give you the question when you tell me you are ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Which bad habits could you cut out that would help you sleep better? Which bad habits could you cut out that would help you sleep better? And you'll know why I asked you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, tabletop. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmasters Across. Today, I'm euphoric to welcome you all for the first time ever to my bedroom. What happens after the light goes off? A lot of things, but the main thing that happens is one person tossing and turning. Why does he toss and turn? Because he has this grand idea to have a cappuccino or a cup of tea about 10 minutes before sleeping. And not only himself, he enforces this on his wife too. And no prizes for guessing, ladies and gentlemen, that person is me. And daily, I suffer severe bouts of acid indigestion as a result. But that's not all. The bad habits start right from the get-go, right from sunrise, and continue till the day end. What are those bad habits? All right. Candies. Yeah, I'm ashamed to confess, I'm addicted to candies. And those are usually the first thing I eat in the morning. The first thing I eat during lunch breaks. The last thing I eat after lunch break. And the first thing I eat before I set out to home from office. And the only thing I eat on the way. And do you know what a lot of candies do? They do this. But more importantly, they add to the carbohydrates in your body, and they also cause acid indigestion. So if I could just get rid of my addiction to candies and maybe push back the time of drinking coffee to something reasonable, that is reasonable as per my standards, like 11 or 12, instead of 2 or 2:30, I believe that will go a long way towards me having a good night's sleep. Over to you, tabletop.
Thank you, Didim Talha. Asking you about what might help you sleep better is not right, because I think you never sleep. Because we see your posts at all odd hours of the night. A side note, TM Rana, I saw your question. I'm going to talk to our PQD, since he is responsible for the district conference, and I'll let you know what his response is. But traveling also, 2 years ago, March 2022, when I was in Karachi, I took my laptop with me, and instead of using the built-in microphone and camera, I took just one camera. And not all three lights, just one light. So you can still travel with some of the equipment. Yes. Now, our next question, Toastmaster Fizar Aziz. Please let me know when you're ready. Toastmaster Fizar. Toastmaster Noreen, would you like to participate?
Yes,
Fizar,
I'm here, sir.
Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Fizar Aziz, and then I'll go to Toastmaster Noreen. Okay, the question for you is, someone said, happiness does not result from what we get, but from what we give. Do you agree or disagree, and why? Someone said happiness does not result from what we get, but from what we give. Do you agree or disagree, and why?
Sir, I can question because you pointed out in like I can't hear you and that's a timer.
I couldn't hear you fairly, sir.
Let me write it.
Okay. Happiness does not result from what we get, but from what we give.
Am I audible and visible? Can I see the timer, please?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Well, what I want to say is that happiness is not what you get, but what you give, which is right. Because I work TCF, the Citizen Foundation, which Madam Pravda is also pretty much affiliated. And what happens is when I go to every Saturday in this program, there are lots of children that are waiting for me. And when I see those young girls waiting for my mentorship, I feel so happy and so ecstatic because I feel like I'm giving my time and a valuable source, and I am mentoring them and trying to give them what I think I can be, like what I have taught, and I can provide what I can give them, and I feel very happy. So giving happiness is more important than getting it, and little acts of kindness, like if someone is sad or someone is like broken or somebody is like teared up, you just give them few kind words, and few kind words can mean a lot on someone's life. Everyone deserves kindness, everyone deserves a smile, and everyone deserves a little bit of small doses of happiness. And we all are here in this world to spread happiness, to spread what we can bring them to their best versions of selves. So yes, happiness is what we give, and being a giver is a big thing because you don't know. Giving is like not just sometimes people just take, but when you give, you have to be giving your whole self to them, and that's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. So I think yes, happiness is meant to be given, not to be given.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fizar Aziz. We have with us Toastmaster Lamoon, who's there in person.
Yes.
Thank you, William.
A question
I'm
for
here.
you. Okay,
Yeah.
Toastmaster Lamoon. Is it harder to forgive yourself or others? Is it hard to forgive yourself than forgiving others?
And forgetting others. Okay.
Meaning, which is more difficult, forgiving yourself or forgiving others?
It's very difficult to forgive yourself than others, right?
Yes.
That's the very difficult. Okay, I'm trying to get the things. Yeah, I agree with the point that it's very much difficult to be harder than to forgive yourself than others. Let me tell you the story. For example, when I used to visit the a lot of things have been come in my mind. For example, when I visit to the my town, native town, Tharparkar, there are a lot of peoples I used to meet with them, and those peoples are have the different experiences. Some have the experience like they have asking me for the job, and something they asking me for to work in the other to accommodate them in the big city like Karachi and other towns. So when I think about these things, and then I am feeling lucky and trying to get the things like that. Yes, I'm very much lucky, and I have a good opportunity. So maybe I can do something for others. So
just to conclude that, yes, the point is, I am agree with the point that sometimes very much difficult to forgive yourself than the others. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lamoon.
You should not forgive the tabletop is master for giving.
Okay.
समझ नहीं पाया लेकिन मैंने कोशिश की।
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran Rana. DTM Talha, one of the guests in the room, if they would like to come forward.
Actually, they just left because they live in a hostel, so they have a few time. But
Okay.
instead, our Toastmaster of the day would like to volunteer.
Okay, before I call him, I'm going to ask if our guest, Ms. Benazir Memon, is ready.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes you happy? What makes you happy?
Okay, so many things make me happy, like making fun, like enjoying my own company, enjoying my friends' company, irritating the people somehow, or making my checklist, to-do list, completing my task, because I'm very passionate, so I keep completing and working on my task. I keep working on my projects for whole day. So this is my routine, and these are the things which make me happy. Also, to get the things done from my team, because when I assign them some tasks and they complete it perfectly, like they give me the thing which I asked them for. So these things make me happy as well. One of the main things which makes me happy is talking to my mother, while I very lesser times do that, but still, this is one of the things which make me happy. Also, saying prayer makes me happy because it gives me inner peace. So these are many things which makes me happy, like singing by my own, many things which make me happy. This is what I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Benazir Memon, for your response. Glad that you joined our meeting and also volunteered to be a tabletop speaker. Toastmaster Noreen Fatma, are you available?
Yes, I am available. Hope I am audible.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, the question for you: the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Do you agree or disagree, and why? The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts.
Thank you so much, Mr. Table Topic Master, for asking me such a thought-provoking topic and question. Yes, I totally agree with you that the happiness of my life depends on the quality of my thoughts. Like, for instance, if I am having negative emotions in my mind, so definitely I won't be, it will affect my mood and will definitely destroy my happiness. Same other way around, if I have been given a task and with a positive mindset, I acknowledge it and start working on that very task, it will give me actually level of encouragement and confidence and will definitely help me in achieving that very task. So that it's hence it's proof that the quality of my happiness, the quality of my happiness actually depends on the quality of my thoughts. So I advise everyone, start thinking positive so that you can achieve more from your life and stop having negative feelings or emotion and change your mindset so that you can empower yourself more. Over to you, Mr. Table Topic.
Thank you. And I understand our team would like to respond to a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever your current level of happiness is, if someone came to you and said, I will guarantee you 20% more happiness, would you give up watching television forever? Whatever your current level of happiness is, if someone came to you and said, I will guarantee you to be 20% more happier, 20% happier, would you give up watching television?
Dear topic masters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. Happiness comes from inside, and external factors most of the time that not affect that much, where the joy, the feeling, peace is very important. And if you are in a routine, you are more peaceful. When you are offering your prayers, this is very peaceful activity as well. And as Toastmaster Sarfraz mentioned, that watching television, instead of watching television, if I'll stop watching television, then 20%, I think 20%, I can't sacrifice by watching television for just 20%. It all depends. I'm a good negotiator.
Yeah.
And I'll go for peace and for like you mentioned, that enhancing my peace and happiness just for 20%, I think it's not a good bargain. At least give me a reasonable level of happiness for sacrificing watching television, because I normally watch 2-3 hours a day watching television, not only, and nowadays you have dozens of channels and all are talking about the situation of the country. Every time, every now and then, we have a new situation in the country. So over to you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, originally, I was going to say that your happiness is doubled. Then I thought you might be tempted. So I changed it to 20%. Is there anyone else in the in-person?
Toastmaster Iqbal, Toastmaster Iqbal would like to attempt one. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask you the same question that I've already asked before. What makes you happy, Toastmaster Iqbal? What makes you happy?
Thank you, DTM, Sarfraz Masih, to give me a nice topic. What makes me happy? When I feel happier person, happier moments, it's ultimately makes my inner happier and I feel happiness. Therefore, I try to join positive meetings, positive atmosphere, and feel a sadness. If I see bad things and bad fragrance, I feel myself illness. So I try to join good things and see the positive things. And I learned these things by joining good pupils. They try to be a positive mind and try to improve day by day. It is a purpose for which I joined Toastmaster and try to attend regular meetings. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Iqbal. DTM Irfan, would you like to participate or still not?
Yes, I'm available.
You're available? Okay. We know that if you're under stress, it is difficult to be happy. So the question, DTM Irfan, is to be happy, what is the best stress reliever? To be happy, what is the best stress reliever?
Dear sirs, it would be not difficult for me to tell you one secret of my life. And that best secret of life that gives me happiness is nothing but sleep. Whenever there is a stress, I go to sleep. And the stress is not only in the evening when I can sleep. No, stress comes at any place except driving a car. So when I am in office and I feel a stress, I go to my room and I sleep. So whenever I'm given a target that this is what you have to do, and I feel I can't do it, best way, just sleep. And when there is a problem, everybody is trying to solve some mystery. Everybody is busy. Again, my solution is sleep. So those of you who have physically met me, I am sure my physique really tells you that I am a very happy man. I don't take stresses. And that is why not only I smile from my face, but the physical size of my body always will tell you I'm a very happy man. And one of the best motives of my life that I have always adopted is Hakuna Matata. Whenever there is a stress, Hakuna Matata. Don't worry about anything. So, my dear fellow Toastmasters, if you want to be happy like me, adopt the philosophy of Hakuna Matata. Take some nap, take some sleep, and worry time will go away. You don't have to do anything. Someone else will solve the problem. So why to take stress on yourself? Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you. Thank you, DTM Irfan Farooqi. So this means whenever we find out that you're sleeping, it means you're under stress.
Yeah.
Okay. Toastmaster Noreen, I had her hand raised.
We are running short of time, sir.
Okay, so I would like to ask, go to the last question for you, Toastmaster Imran Rana, if you would like to answer. That'll be the last question.
Yeah, please come on the stage.
No, so we've had enough, but we cannot let you go.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Imran Rana?
Yes.
What's the most happiest song you have heard? What's the most happiest song you've heard? And we will appreciate it if you sing it also.
Okay, good. Happiest song for the Toastmasters and guests. Thank you so much to the Toastmaster for giving me this opportunity
of singing.
Okay. Happiest song. It's quite difficult to say, to find out that a particular song that is more happiest, since I like to listen music a lot. So it is quite difficult to decide which song is the best song. Maybe it depends upon the time, upon the mood. Maybe a sad song could make you more happy. Or maybe any sort of song can set your mood according to the situation. Since you asked me to sing a song, then which song could I sing? जैसे ढूंढता हूँ मैं हर कहीं हर घड़ी हूँ कहीं कहीं नहीं मिली मुझे है कहीं मुझे मुझे जिसके प्यार पर हो यकीन वो लड़की है कहाँ
The meeting is being recorded here.
प्यार हम जो ही सुन
He's waiting for you at Enda Mode.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran Rana,
Good
for
voice, Imran.
not only your response, but also for entertaining us. That
Yeah.
concludes our that concludes our table topics segment. Did all our tabletop speakers qualify?
Yes, all the speakers are qualified.
So please take you a moment and vote for the best tabletop speakers as soon as the tabletop poll shows up. That concludes the tabletop segment. And now, before we move on to third segment, I will turn the control of the meeting back to our T-Mod to introduce our general evaluator. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests.
Yeah. So this is the end of the second part of the session, which is impromptu speech. Thank you, Toastmasters Sarfaraz, for conducting impromptu speech so fantastically. And you have given the chance to everybody almost who has not spoken yet. And now the third part of today's meeting, that is the evaluation, which is the core of the meeting and which gives you the right ideas and right tips of those speakers who have spoken and give their evaluation. So I will request Toastmaster Asghar for taking the charge of a general evaluator. Toastmaster Asghar.
Oh, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much. And good evening. For the benefit of the guests, I don't know how many guests are there, but I am Toastmaster Asghar and I'm General Evaluator. This is the third and final segment of the meeting. Like Toastmaster of the day, Table Topic Masters, I conduct the Journal Evaluation session. What we do this session? Good question. Number one, I invite evaluators to evaluate all those who spoke in different segments and see how they spoke. Now, generally speaking is not easy. Many people are uncomfortable to speak. Others are nervous. Still others are scared being disqualified. Yes, I am disqualified today, but I'm taking the space. I'm taking the solace in the wisdom that winning isn't reward, the journey is. And during the Toastmaster session, someone says that it is not what you get, it is what you gain. Secondly, in Toastmaster, we change our roles by working together to bring the best in each other. A speaker will be an evaluator, and evaluator will be a speaker. Interestingly, we do not use the role change to take revenge or settled score, except TTM Talab bin Ahmed. Our second session will be the roll holders report. I will invite the roll holder to submit their report. Third and final session is journal evaluation of the entire meeting, in which I will evaluate the meeting in the end, where I'm free to say whatever I like, but you have to wait for that. Let me begin by inviting the evaluator of our speakers. The first speech delivered by Toastmaster Asghar, who mashallah did very well. I would like to invite as evaluator Toastmaster Imran.
No, it's medium Saad actually.
It is Saad, actually, yes. So please, Saad, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Asghar, for that introduction. Fellow Toastmaster, honorable guests. When a speaker comes on, and before they start to speak,
the first thing we notice is the attire from head to toe. And so the first thing was Toastmasters Asghar was well dressed for the occasion, and to give a long keynote pitch, which uh, which was which was the main purpose of this project. The second thing I found in Toastmasters Asghar's speech was that his gestures were matching the content of the speech. Yes, one hand of Toastmasters Asghar was a bit less active, the left one, but that also came into play at various phases of the speech. Next thing was, as always, his self-inflicting humor. He takes it so seriously that he can laugh at himself, and by doing so he can make us all laugh, and that's a very bold move to actually attempt in a long keynote which is of 18 to 22 minutes. So hats off to you, Toastmasters Asghar. Now for some area you can work upon. Your keynote had various roles in that. The women, the parents, and the children. Maybe you could have done a bit of a role play with them. You could have altered and changed your voice to various characters that could have made it more engaging for us. Next point would be to actually reduce the use of the virtual background, because at most of the places we could see your head morphing with the virtual background, and I was like, where did your head go? So that was a conundrum I was facing. The last one was your time management could have been better if you could have practiced your speech, but overall your facial expression, your speech development was excellent. Best of luck for your next speeches. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Saad. Thank you very much for your evaluation.
You are on
Our
time.
next evaluators, Team Ritik Kumar is not there. So who is going to
Yeah.
evaluate the icebreaker speech of
Yeah, actually, it
Toastmaster?
it was evaluated by Toastmaster Abid Ali Habib, our TM.
Okay.
Yeah.
So please, I would like to request Abid Ali Habib to come forward and evaluate the icebreaker of Toastmaster Noreen Fatima. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asghar, for giving me the chance of evaluating Toastmaster Noreen. This was Noreen's icebreaker. Icebreaker is the first speech you give to the Toastmasters Club. And I have seen, personally, I've experienced myself that I was shivering in my first speech, in my icebreaker. So it is Noreen's wonderful speech, I would say. And she was giving her icebreaker, and she was giving very confident. You know, in public speaking, your self-confidence is very important. Your body language says 55% is your body language, 35% is your tonality, and 7% is your substance. So she was giving very confidently, and I highly appreciate because of her first speech and she was giving very good speech. Her tonality was great. Her body language was very confident, and her message she was talking about present situation where she feels that keeping yourself in present situation is very source of happiness. And then she is a perfectionist, so overcome the habit of being a perfectionist, it will reduce your happiness. And thirdly, she was talking about start taking the ownership of yourself in every situation. So her substance was very inspiring. Her language was and her speech was very well prepared, very well rehearsed, and I will give her the full credit that she, as an icebreaker, she has given wonderful speech, and this is the first speech, so I think she will be a good asset for the Karachi Toastmasters. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abid, to evaluate Toastmaster Noreen Fatima. The third speaker was Toastmaster Srinivas Pala. Srinivas Pala will be evaluated by Toastmaster Imran Rana. So Imran Rana, it's yours.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, our guest speaker from India, Toastmaster Pala Srinivas, delivered a very engaging and amazing speech, I must say. You started with the question and you instantly grabbed the audience attention. What I love about your speech, that the speech based on the personal stories, and personal stories are always engaging, and you brought amazing humor, and that was spot on. You told us a story about how you were struggling with the pronunciation, then your friend helped you out and you were amazing in your pronunciation. While you were describing the amazing scenery of the flying kite in night, so you draw a very good picture, and I was into your speech, and I was thinking that how one can fly a kite in night. So kudos on that. I must say that you have a storytelling skills. After that, then you told us the story about the school as well. However, throughout your speech, you were holding the mic, which stopped you to use your hand gestures according to your speech. Second thing is that the project was about learn about different style of communications and identify your personal style, and also how it affect on others. So I struggle to hear about anything related to the communication styles. Maybe you could have told us something about the different styles of communication, and then maybe you could convert the speech about your personal style, so and how it affect on others by using the kite's story, plus adding your personal style of communication, that could maybe fulfill the objectives of the project. Overall, your content was good. You sparkle some humor in your speech. Maybe if the speech could have you could have told us about the different communication style that could fulfill the objective. Overall, wonderful speech. Over to you, General Major.
Thank you, Imran Rana, for your evaluation. And now we have come to our last speaker, DTM Sarfraz Nazir. DTM Sarfraz Nazir will be evaluated by, there is no name, but I think it must be our usual suspect, by DTM Tala. Yes,
Yeah,
is there.
exactly. Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Asghar. Today, what I'll try to do is try to evaluate the webinar on the basis of its informational content more and less on the conventional Toastmaster standard, because it was, after all, a webinar and not meant to be a long speech as such. So first of all, let me congratulate distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz for successfully transferring his accumulated knowledge and experience to the audience. And I've learned for the first time that he has been following the exact same journey with these gadgets as I have been over the past 2 or 3 years. The same setback, the same iteration, the same expectation, the same disappointments, and but the difference is that he has the money to upgrade the equipment as needed. You started with Pakistani and American flags, which is not only a nice gesture, but also perhaps very relevant, because we are thinking about shifting to Pak American Cultural Center. So I don't know, that was a bit of serendipity here. You asked some very engaging questions. You displayed the Wi-Fi extender, and then you explained download and upload very well. And believe it or not, today's young generation needs to understand these terms. You would think that they understand them perfectly well, but they don't. You also made some very good recommendations, which I can second, because yes, Logitech cameras and Logitech equipment in general is very reliable and high quality and not that expensive. You made some good recommendations, especially about headsets, which is very relevant, because the first instinct is to get this giant headset, but then after 2 hours or so, you start to realize that it becomes a pain. So, but I would add one more recommendation to the headset, which is that if you can't even get a microphone, then perhaps this is the best compromise, because these are better than wireless earbuds. These are also wireless earbuds, but they come with a neckband, and they're not as conspicuous as the giant headsets, but they remain in your neck. They have less chance of getting lost, and they can give very good microphone quality in addition to the sound quality. So that is a good compromise that one can make in terms of sound, in addition to the points that you mentioned. But of course, nothing beats a dedicated mic. I would just like to point out that once you have a dedicated mic, you need a slot to connect it into. So your laptop or whatever equipment you have should have the relevant ports, USB Type-C or 3.5mm, whatever. You made some very good points about colors, about dressing, and about sitting and standing. And it was life-changing, because yes, we continue to have this debate whether we should sit or stand, but it depends, really. And finally, you finished with a pivoting demonstration, which is also paradigm shifting. A few improvement areas: you are wearing white wired headphones. These days, anything white is gracious, so consider wearing black ones. And you forgot to mention the giant monitor that assists you in adapting a standing stance. And you fumbled with some of the equipment. So other than that, excellent project. And over to you, General Bandit.
Thank you very much, DTM Tala bin Ahmed, for evaluating DTM Sarfraz Nazir. I also agree with you when it comes to this white color microphone. For the reason I'm telling him privately in a private message. Now, this is the end of the evaluation of our prepared speeches. The next sub-segment is all about evaluation of our table topic speakers, because our table topic speakers also spoke, and our table topic evaluator is Toastmaster Rifat Mubin. Rifat Mubin, you are kindly requested to come forward and share the evaluation sheets to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sarfraz. The first speaker is DTM Talha. DTM Talha started his speech with this unique style. Composed speaker, fond of candies, start his day with candy and ends with candy, which cause indigestion. Quality of DTM Talha is whatever the demand of the situation, he turns him accordingly. The second speaker is Toastmaster Fiza. Toastmaster Fiza is confident speaker. She excellently explained the topic. However, sometimes during a speech, her voice was not so clear, which may be due to internet problem. The next speaker is Team Toastmaster Limon. Hard to forget yourself. According to Toastmaster Limon, difficult to forget yourself. And he explained this with his own experience in his native land, Tharparkar, and agreed that sometimes it is difficult for him to forget himself. Next speaker is Toastmaster Benazir Mehman. What make you happy? Being passionate, professional. He always happy with his work. She always happy with her work, happy to talk with his mother. Next speaker is Noreen Fatma. Happiness depends upon quality of thought. Yes. She explained it, a thought-provoking question, which was replied excellently. She explained the importance of positivity in her own life, which made her life or makes her life euphoric. Next speaker is Toastmaster Abid. Happiness always comes inside. Excellent body language and voice. Being good negotiator, he cut down his watching hours or sacrifice for great cause. Next speaker is Toastmaster Iqbal. He is a confident speaker. What makes you happy? Toastmaster Iqbal is a positive person. He always tried to join positive things, fragrance, and positiveness in his life and remove negativity. The next speaker is DTM Irfan, best stress reliever. Secret of life is to remove stress, nothing but to sleep. Sleep is a thing which makes him happy. According to him, don't worry, adopt philosophy of autonomatica. Next is TM Rana. TM Rana, it is difficult for him to choose or decide best song because he is fond of listening music, but he entertained with his song. The next speaker is the last speaker. Yeah. With this, I conclude my evaluation. Over to general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rifat Mubin, for your wonderful evaluation, for individual attention of every speakers. I just have one reservations. I called you to evaluate table topic evaluations, but you thanked DTM Sarfaraz. I know he is DTM. I know he is our president. I know he is an assertive one, but I felt ignored. I just wanted to convey my reservation. With this, I would like to end this evaluation period. Now it is the time to invite our roll holder to submit their report. Our first roll holder is a grammarian and the one who is carrying the word of the day with him. DTM Talha bin Ahmed, over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, and apologies for the pain that must be causing you to call me for the second time during this session. Anyhow, First word of the day report, euphoria, euphoric. It was used by myself, of course, also in a table topic and otherwise. Toastmaster Asghar used it, and I believe DTM Surprise used it. If someone else used it, I must have missed it. Now over to the incorrect usages. Someone during the speech said object surrender. Now, I know that the speaker must have meant abject surrender, but it came across as object. So, in this particular instance, maybe pronunciation was very important, although I believe that there's a variety of pronunciations and accents around the world, and they all should be celebrated. But in this particular case, it was turning it into another word. Disappeared girl could have been missing girl. Beat the bushes should have been beat about the bush. Look other way should have been look the other way. In every particular should have been in every instance or in every respect. Someone used in their speech the word mobile for cell phone. Now, mobile is an ambiguous word because it also mean police mobile. It's also an adjective, and it is also a toy for children to look at. I don't know why that's named mobile, but it is. So, and it's only mostly in the subcontinent that we use mobile for this word. A better word would be cell phone or just phone. That's a better usage and unambiguous too. Someone said, let me share my screen. I believe it could have been, let me show you, rather than let me share my screen, because we are immersed into the speech. So no need to remind us that, we are actually in a Zoom meeting. We had, just give me a second, pages and pages, okay. Someone said supplement or complement. Could have been just been one of these two words because they were having the same meaning at this particular instance. Most happiest could have been just the happiest. Listen music should have been listen to music. Self-inflicting should have been self-deprecating. Amazing was used by one evaluator like 5 times. So the evaluator is advised to look for synonyms and get us $2. Someone said sparkled humor. I believe they meant sprinkled humor. Now for good usages, of which there are many. Elaborate your role. Remember the stupid things you did. Abandon, mighty oppressor, and the sentence of the day. Only an idiot would believe this story, therefore I did it. Toastmasters, apologize, I'm going to use this. Please don't sue me. As plain as nose on the face, mapped her intentions in precise detail. Absolutely beautiful usage of language. Mapping intention in precise detail. Chosen prince, flash in the pan, demolishing the fairy tale version, frightened the life out of me, skulking gloominess, rattled their saber. Law is not consistent with societal attitude. Attitudes are changing everywhere about everything. We did have the foggiest idea, and then you paired it with cast a shadow over our evening. So how beautiful is that? You used one weather metaphor and then you transformed into, you morphed into another weather-based metaphor, loud casting a shadow. Loud Punjabi family, rat race. My body was speaking more than I was. Just give me a second. A couple more. Please be patient. Enjoying my own company. Correction, a speaker made a mistake, but they corrected themselves on the spot. They said more happier, and they just said happiest. That's something very admirable. Rather than continuing on with a grammatically wrong sentence, it's better to correct yourself. Solace in the wisdom, which is used as usual by Toastmasters Asghar. And lastly, conundrum, used very well by DTM Saath. Over to you, General Welville.
Thank you, our grammarian and the word of the day holders. The next role will be from our counter and listener. I think both role were taken by Eba Khan. Eba, if you are around.
Our counter was taken by Hiba. Yeah.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, in the prepared speech session, there were 4 speakers and none of them had any filler words. And the table topic session, I was up and about, so I was a bit busy, but but the speakers that I heard, they had no filler words. DTM Talha had none, TM Limon had none, Guest Benazir, she had none, TM Noreen had none, TM Abid had none, TM Iqbal had none, DTM Irfan had none, and TM Imran, he had none. So that's about for my report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Eba Khan, for the submission of your report. Now, the listener, our today's listener is Toastmaster Rafat Mubin. I would like to request Toastmaster Rafat Mubin to come forward and submit her report as a role of listener.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asghar. Who told biggest fear?
Yeah, Toastmaster Abid.
Comfort zone.
I think Abid.
Toastmaster Asghar. Okay. Series of question. Toastmaster Asghar. Cicero. Who said during the speech? Cicero. Toastmaster Asghar. Nagging question. Confess crime. No question to intervene. Widower. Who delivered who delivered first speech on May 6, 2018?
Noreen.
Who is fond? Learn to live in present. No, wasn't fond of.
Noreen Fatima.
Determine your future. Determine your misunderstanding. Pala. Look into the eyes. Right time. No perfectionist entity exists. With fire. Yes. Multitasking. Noreen. Planet Earth. Noreen. Hookah.
Pal.
Start taking ownership. Noreen.
Noreen Fatima.
Rubber band.
This is Surprise.
DTM Surface.
Trial and error method.
DTM Surface.
Who delivered first virtual speech on June 2021?
DTM Surface.
Nice cushion in my head.
Last speaker.
Nice cushion in my head. is struggling with pronunciation.
Rana.
Anna.
Toastmaster Rana. Who joined 20 years ago a new club.
DTM
DTM
Sarfraz.
Sarfraz.
Which came first, egg or chicken?
No one knows.
Trial and error method.
DTM Sarfraz.
DTM Sarfraz. Rocking back and forth.
DTM Sarfraz.
To circle on eye glasses.
DTM Sarfraz.
Whose personal experience is of shivering.
Toastmaster Abid Ali Amin.
Reduce happiness.
Abid sir?
Yes, reduce happiness. Honor killing.
Toastmaster Asghar.
To meet urgency of situation.
PM Asghar.
Tip of the iceberg. Asghar. Better circumstances. Probabilities. Suicidal structure. Flash in the pan.
Toastmaster Asghar.
42 years lecturer.
Asghar again.
Maybe also.
Yeah.
Reason best known to her.
Again Toastmaster Asghar.
With this.
Thank you. Everyone vote for the best facilitator, please.
Thank you very much. I would like to invite all of you to your attention to what just DTM Talab and Ahmed said. Please vote for the best evaluator and the best role holder. I think now we are almost in the end of the session. I would like to submit few words from my side. First of all, it's happy to see that we were almost on time. And what I liked in our President DTM Sarfraz is very much specific, concerned, and serious when it comes to the introduction of the guest. It's a very good thing, and I really think that we should allow them to speak as early, because generally they tend to leave in the middle of the meeting. I don't know what is the overall experience in the Toastmaster meeting. Sarfraz Nazir can share with us, but they tend to leave in the middle of the meeting so that we can give them an opportunity in the beginning for their introduction. We were only 4 speakers today. Unfortunately, one is disqualified, but the session was wonderful. DTM Irfan Faruqi was conspicuous by his presence, but unfortunately failed to take any major role, including big role in evaluation. We missed him in this regard. He needs to be careful next time whenever he is around. I think this is the end from my side, and I would like to invite Toastmaster of the Day to take control of the meeting. Thank you very much for your patience.
The new Toastmaster after the DMU.
Speaking of people who leave during the meeting, Toastmaster of the Day just left. So I have very little to do except to say that, of course, happiness is something that is elusive. And I believe personally that we cannot be happy as long as we keep chasing happiness. We should accept that life is a mixed bag. and we should instead look for contentment or acceptance of whatever comes our way. And speaking of that, I'll be floating the poll for the best Big Four. Please vote for the best facilitator and the best Big Four. And let me hand over the charge to our President, DTM Sarfraz. Please clap.
Thank you, DTM Talha bin Hamid. And want to thank our team mod. I think this was the first time that he served as the team mod.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
DTM Talha, you were I think this is what you were talking about.
Yes, neckband.
Goes over neck.
Yeah.
So, DTM Talha and fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, my situation is similar to that of a woman when she receives an invitation for a function, a fancy function. She goes to her closet or cupboard. It's full of fancy clothes. She looks at them and then she turns to her husband and says, I don't have anything to wear. I'll have to go and buy something new. So when you have too much of something, then you don't know which one to use.
Yeah.
So this time I'm going to ask our guests for their comments. We'll start off with Benazir Memon. She has been with us throughout the meeting. Ms. Benazir Memon, would you like to say a few words about your experience during the meeting?
Yes, sir, for sure. It was a great experience being in this meeting because I do like these meetings. Despite of having a very busy schedule, like it's a mood changer kind of thing for me. This is the only reason for which I attend the meetings. There are professionals and they have a very nice way of humor as well. It makes us enjoy and it makes us feel fresh as well. So this is one of the reasons I joined such meetings. And today again, it was a nice experience being with you all, especially DTM Sarfraz. It was a great experience with you as well. Thank you very much for that much respect and hospitality. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We were glad to have you with us and feel free to join us whenever you can. Ms. Noreen Fatma, would you like to say a few words? Although you have already participated as a speaker and a tabletop speaker, but feel free to say a few words.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me an opportunity once again.
We can't hear you, Noreen.
I'm not audible.
Slightly better.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for providing another opportunity of speaking in today's meeting. Although I wanted to participate.
Again, sorry, Noreen, we can't hear you at all.
Yeah, very well said. Thank you so much.
I really enjoyed the meeting, especially the content, the participation of each player, I hope I'll participate in the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nori Fatma. You have been a part of our KTC family for a long time. And Toastmaster Augustine, would you like to say a few words?
It was wonderful experience feeling among the 3 DTMs and the vivid speakers like Asghar Saab. So it was an quite learning as well as fun-filled meeting.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining us. DTM Talha, are you ready with the votes, the results of the voting?
Yes, sir, I am. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So, thank you. So, best prepared speaker goes to distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz. Congratulations. Best facilitator today goes to Toastmaster Rafat Mubin as listener. Best Big Four goes to our journal evaluator, Toastmaster Muhammad Asghar. And for the 2 remaining votes, best table topics goes to distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Farooqi, and best evaluation goes to myself. So thank you so much. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any announcements as VP Education?
Since we are running out of time, it's just that I'll send out for the roles for the next meeting. Our next meeting will most likely either be online only or at a new venue. I'll of course formally file for the decision by the executive committee, and after that decision, it will be also announced to the members because the charges have increased, and maybe it's high time that we shifted. So members, please be ready if the next meeting is online. That means that we haven't finalized the venue yet, but we'll try to get back on track as soon as possible. So over to you, DTM Sarfraz.
Thank you, DTM Talha. And thank you everyone for joining us. And that includes our guest Benazir Memon, DTM Irfan Farooqi, Toastmaster Noreen Fatma, and Toastmaster Augustine Hill, and all other Toastmasters who are at Beach Luxury. Unfortunately, we don't have a view to see who's there at this moment. Thank you once again for joining us. We hope to see you again next week. Until then, Allah Hafiz. The meeting is now officially adjourned.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, and everyone else. Thank you so much, guest Benazir, and thank you, Noreen, DTM Irfan, Augustine, and Toastmasters.